Hey, what's going on, YouTubers? I just want to do a quick video about YouTube money. Why? Because I just got my first check. And I wanted to explain a little bit because there might have been some confusion from my other video, Pave Network, talk about them taking 30% and they give you 70%. So I wanted to clear up the confusion of how exactly you get paid from YouTube and how much money you're going to get. And let me explain it. Just bear with me. I'll explain it with just one account if you just have one account really quick. When you open up your analytics tab in your YouTube, that is what you're going to get. Okay, your estimated earnings is what you're going to get. AdSense has already taken out their 45%, so don't even worry about that. Okay, what was confusing me is that when I realized I got my check because I saw a Google payment. For some odd reason, I thought somebody had stolen money out of my account because that's happened before. Somebody stole $250 out of my account. And then I saw another figure that I was like, oh shit, I was on vacation and I just didn't want to deal with it at the time because I didn't want Wells Fargo cutting off my debit card and all this other hoopla bullshit. Didn't need another thing, so I didn't worry about it. So I'm back home for vacation and I figured I'd look into it a little bit better, and I realized that that was my Google payment for reaching my threshold of $100. It was a little bit more. I'll tell you, $102 and like 51 cents. Okay, nothing spectacular. But when I looked at my YouTube, the reason why I didn't suspect it is because my YouTube only says like 70 at the time, $75. Okay, so I decided to go look at my Google AdSense. And I realized how it works. When I look at my Google AdSense, it's really hard to read if you ever try to read it. So I don't ever dick with it just because it needs to be labeled a little bit better, I think, YouTube. So if you're watching this, label your shit a little bit better so, a 10-year-old can understand. Basically what it shows a couple different places where your money comes from. And YouTube is pretty much called Hosted AdSense Networks. That's YouTube. It doesn't say YouTube. It doesn't say, any of your channels and so on and so forth. So I'll explain a little bit about mine. I have four YouTube channels. I have my hobby channel. I have this channel. I have a gaming channel. And then I have just a normal channel that is not monetized. This one's not monetized. The rest of the three are. Okay, so this channel that I'm talking on right now is monetized. I also have a website that I have one ad on there for Google AdSense, just one. So, and then I just put on there, hey, click here just to support the channel. It's not even enough to pay for the hosting or anything else. So not a big deal. I think I made like $7 through the whole year. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, but all that gets added in my AdSense and it tallies all the sources of your income up to figure out how you're going to get your check. So with me, when I opened up my thing, I was a little, surprised that, yeah, okay, cool, I did get a YouTube payment. And it added up all the sources. So when I added them all up in my AdSense, or I went into my YouTube accounts, put them all down, added them all up, plus my website payment also, I see that it came out to the exact total that I got for my payment, which was really cool. So if you're worried about AdSense taking in 45%, they've already taken it before you even got it. Okay, so just look at your analytics, look at your earnings, and that's what you're gonna get. Okay, real simple. And if you sign up with an MCN, like Pave that wants 30% of your money for the next year, they are gonna be taking 30% of your estimated earnings. Okay, so for example, if you have $100 in there, you will get $70. They will take 30. So if I had signed up for Pave Network, I might have gotten a check, but it wouldn't have been my complete check that I would have assumed. I would have been 30% less. So I would have got 70 something dollars instead of 100, which still would have been fine. But, I'm just sticking with AdSense just because it's the easiest to do for me. I don't know how it is for other gamers or stuff like that. I'm not a gamer. I just have a gaming channel. Big deal. But I just want to, just clear things up. About the YouTube money, for all the new YouTubers out there that are curious as to what it's going to be like when you get your first check. I'll lay it all out. Your first $10 that you make on your YouTube, you're going to get a postcard from Google. And in that postcard, it's going to have a code for you to put your bank account information into Google AdSense, okay? Not into YouTube, into Google AdSense, because AdSense is who pays you, not YouTube. I know it's all Google, and that's the reason why they created the Google alphabet. It's to separate all these different companies that Google has, okay? So just don't get it confused. Google AdSense is who pays you, not YouTube. YouTube is just a source of where your advertisements come from your videos, okay? And it doesn't even say YouTube in the AdSense. It says something like hosted AdSense networks, all right? Then after you get done with that, obviously you want to build up, your channel and so on and so forth. I'll tell you how long it took me. It took me 14 months between 3 monetized channels and then 1 website, okay? So I have a host of different sources. 14 months and essentially 69 videos from my main website or my main YouTube channel, okay? Because, I'm making a little bit of money off this channel, from my backsplash one I did. For some odd reason, that one just made me quite close to $15 alone for 2,000 views, which is kind of crazy. So I'm really appreciative I'm really appreciative of that. I can't even speak today. So, and my hobby networks, obviously it's a little bit more professional YouTube channel. Here's a green screen and stuff. So, I do a lot of stuff that way. But overall, roughly 69 videos, along with 2 other YouTube channels with a few videos here and there. When I'm talking a few, I'm talking a few. And then my website, which, like I said, doesn't really make me no more than probably $5 to $7 a year. So not a big deal. I didn't make the website to make the money. The YouTube money is not a big deal. Unless I was making PewDiePie money, then it would be a big deal to me. But it's enough for me to take my wife out to dinner and so on and so forth. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take the money out of the account and I'm going to put it in a little folder and put it in my safe. And I want to calculate, put the date on there and calculate how much money I can generate from YouTube and essentially save it up. Maybe it'd be enough to, pay for vacation in a couple of years or so. But now I'm looking forward to my second check of YouTube money and we'll see how it goes. So there you go, guys. It took me a long time to make that $100, and I just don't want any new YouTubers getting discouraged because my wife, she's discouraged too sometimes. We just, want to say, fuck it, and not do our channel anymore. And, but we realize it's not the money that we're after. It's because we like making videos, and yes, we'd like to see a little bit of the fruits of our labor from the videos, considering what I do is my hobby, and I buy stuff to unbox and do reviews of. That costs money. Let's just say it's going to take me probably, at the rate I'm going, 10 years to pay back everything that I've put into my YouTube channel, including the cameras, the umbrellas, and everything else. So don't get discouraged. If you have a hot topic, obviously, some things are a little bit more popular than others. Go with it. I didn't expect my backsplash video, to go 2,000 views and make $15. I mean, that's $7 per 1,000 views. That's ridiculous. Consider my other channel, I'm only making like $1.10 per 1,000 views. Okay, so keep at it. I'm a product of the system here, just to let you know. You will get your money, and it is under the YouTube earnings. That is what you will get, okay? And have fun. And I thank all my viewers for helping me out with this, because I couldn't have made any money at all through YouTube without you guys, watching my videos, commenting, liking, and everything else. And I'm really appreciative of that. And I thank you very much. And it's a dream come true, I guess you could say. It was a mission of mine to get that very first check, and now it's definitely I'm a million times more motivated to keep on my channel, on all my channels actually. So, all right, guys. If you liked the video, give me a like. If you like this channel, subscribe. I'm just gonna be doing just little informational things. I want to help out new YouTubers. I want to get them going. Maybe we could start this into like a collaboration channel, who knows? Send me your information. Maybe we'll try to get some people, squared up with each other and so on and so forth. Let's try to do something like that. Let's help out the little guys as much as possible without trying to rape each other with MCNs. There's really no need for that. We can all stick together and help each other out. All right, guys. Until next time, this is Insane Mike. I'm out. Thanks for watching.